What's up, everybody? Rob Ferretti here. Behind me I have a sea of Corvettes. Yes, they are all Corvettes. We have the new 2020 and the other new 2020 C8 Corvettes. This one came from Whitmire Chevrolet in Pennsylvania, just south of Hershey. And then this one here came from Maddox Chevrolet up in Detroit. I drove this one back, and this one I had to get on sort of an emergency transport by 4 o'clock yesterday because the dealership is shutting down indefinitely. So that car would have been sitting on the lot, unable to be retrieved if I didn't get it yesterday. Otherwise, I was going to go to Detroit, drive this one, have my truck meet me, load this one up. So that would be about 500 miles to break that in, and then get 200 miles on this one by driving it back. That whole plan went to crap, but that is the world we are currently living in, and that's what we're gonna have to deal with. But these two cars are within about $200 sticker price wise. I know they talk about the cars being available for $59,999, whatever it is. These two both came in at about $72,000. Now let me show you a little bit of a closer look as to these cars, and you can sort of feel out which one you like better. And I'll tell you what I like. I like a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one, but let's see what your thoughts are. No camera, guys, because of the social distance, so I'm gonna have to just pop you off the camera here myself. Not that that's much of a departure from what I've been doing. So both Targa tops, this one's sort of just here for filler. Believe it or not, and I haven't compared, I still think that the C7 Z06 is faster than either of these. And we sort of get lost right now with these Corvettes, thinking that it's the panacea sports car. It's like the exotic look, the exotic performance, and the cheap price tag. There's never gonna be that car because there's always gotta be something. Now, the Z06 ZR1 variant of this, that will definitely blow people away because this is a great starting point. You drive this car and it's better to drive than the Supra. It's just like, I don't think there's another car in its price category that offers you this much. And I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm feeling the black wheels in this or not. It's a black wheel with the machined polished lip, black rotors, black calipers, I'm sorry. This car, it's cool. I like the orange better than the white, I think. But the interior, remember, these are pretty similar options-wise. The options that they both have the front end lift. That was important. And then both cars have the auto, the cameras front and the back, but the camera mirror, which I'll show you in a second. The difference is this car has the performance exhaust on it, which is cool. Look at this. I like this interior better, honestly. And I like the stripe on the steering wheel. I do like the interior better on the white one. The white one, I think, loses a bit in the back, right? I feel like it's a little too much white in the back. And it makes the car, and the car is long to begin with. It's almost got that like NSX feel to it, but I feel like this needs some color. Maybe the wing, if it had a black wing, it would sort of complete this. But otherwise, I don't know. I love the black accents are key to making this car pop, but the black accents also look awesome on that. I'm a fan. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot to like about these cars, and they're both Targas. This interior feels a little bit plain compared to that one. Now I love the carbon fiber in the GT2 bucket seats, but it's just, you have to see just what you don't have a tremendous amount of rearward visibility if you're just using the mirror, right? Let me jump in here and show you. Boy, it's a little cold. Not gonna lie, it was 75 yesterday. It's not 75 today. Start, push button start. I like the way they integrated the air vents. It's almost too nice now. Here is the rear view mirror, which if you just look up, let's see if you can see the view is not the best, but that's how you do it. If you flip the mirror up, it switches to a camera. Now it's a camera facing rear view. How cool is that? regular mirror with not so much visibility, rear view camera. That's boss. I've got that option in both of these cars. It doesn't have the steering wheel stripe. It does have the lift system here, which gets you, I think it's 2 seconds, they said. Yep, that's a very quick lift system, to be honest with you. You have the front cameras. This is all the different camera views that are going around the car. That's front. So that's very cool. So if you're parking, you can get right up and tight without screwing up your car. And that's important. A lot of people screw up their cars because they don't know how to park and they need some form of assistance. That's good assistance. I drove this car yesterday. This one's got now 642 miles on it. That was essentially me driving it back from Detroit. This car has the Z button. Boom. Whereas the other car doesn't. Let me just turn this off now, save my gas. Because you know what's happening right now? It doesn't happen often, but every moment that goes by, gas is getting cheaper. But you see how this car has a lot more, I don't know, texture in the back. It doesn't feel as long as the other one did. So that one has the exhaust in the interior. This one has the color. Again, I'm up in the air on the wheels. I sort of like these wheels a little bit better. But when it comes to just raw, like, loudness, this one sort of wins. Again, it's nice. I'm not going to say it's not. But, oh, that's what I was showing you. Oh, no, it does have the Z button. I was wrong. I lied. They both have it. But, yeah, both have heads-up display. Both cool cars. But now, listen. I'm going to start whatever. I'll start the stock exhaust. I'll start the performance exhaust. And then I'll drown them both out by starting the Z06. Let's see if I can just start this without. Nope, you got to put your foot on the brake, of course. Makes sense. There's one. See? I'm going to say it's very user-friendly, but also a little quiet. So if you're driving this, it sounds better outside the car than it does inside the car. If you're driving this to down the highway, it's almost like you don't hear anything. All right, so that's the one, which you can't even hear from 2 car lengths away. Ugh. Okay. A little bit louder. Now you ready for this one? See, you do notice a louder idle on this car, and they're both sort of at the same temperature. They've both been warmed up. Ready? Watch this. C7 is going to be like, yo, what? Can't mess with the supercharged V8. Let's be honest now. Let's give them a little rev. I'm gonna self-distance myself at least 6 feet. Let's give you a shot of these. Not gonna lie, quarantine edition. We could do better with a camera guy, but okay. So that was like little underwhelming, right? Could definitely use an exhaust, but that's an easy fix. Here's the factory performance exhaust. And that was revving them both up to $5,000, even though this one isn't opened up. $5,000. You know what? I don't even have to get too close with this one. Check this out. This is with the other 2 cars running, right? I'm not gonna lie, that was only 3,500 RPM, right? Because this one wasn't warmed up. We just brought it back outside. So 3,500 RPM, and that is louder than either of these at 5,000. This does have a noticeable sound like bump, but I still think it leaves a little bit to be desired as far as the aftermarket options go. And I'm not gonna lie, in these uncertain times where I have to film myself with 3 cars and do all this stuff, I also find myself, and let's just say a dill of a pickle, which is, I think I have too many Corvettes, right? And I'm not even counting my own Corvette. I think in preparation for this extended period of like, who the hell knows what's going on, I don't think I need all 3 of these. This one I'm gonna keep. This one I just put 500 miles on, I'm gonna keep. This one I think I'm gonna have to get rid of. Just business, like Rob loves it, but Rob is also business Rob, and business Rob is like, you just spent $150,000 on Corvettes, and you're probably better off not doing that in the current climate. A lot of people that don't, part of being a business owner is that you have to be able to adapt to the current market conditions. And right now, I mean, I'll make the decision soon, but right now, current market conditions aren't looking good. They're shutting down businesses, and what you see is a lot of overhead. When you see all these cars, and a garage full of cars, and a garage and staff, I mean, there's lots of money that I have to spend every month, and if I can't have these guys out generating money for me, I'd rather just have one. So that's my problem. I guess it's a good problem to have. Selling this would be good, but I think selling that one would be easier, only because it's sort of an in-demand car now, and they shut down the entire production line and they stopped taking orders for 2020. So there's going to be a big backlog of guys that may not even be able to get their cars out of a dealership. So to have something available in the next couple of months, especially as the weather starts turning, it may be more valuable to me to just get rid of this than it is to sort of sit on it and hope we can start renting cars again. Because even renting cars presents social opportunities, because you bring it to social areas, but if social areas are all shut down and now it's literally just the guy who wants to go out and go for a drive, that's not our primary business. Our primary business is guy that wants to go show off in front of crowds of people, or girl, and that's not what we're looking at here. So Rob Ferretti, just, I don't know, showing off a little bit, but I love both of these cars. You see the differences. This one came in at like 72 and change, and this was also 72. They both had like $2,000 and whatever. You know, let me go get the window stickers. What the hell? All right, so here we have the one. This is the orange one, coming in at $72,685. Slightly more expensive than the white one at $72,470. Both of the bucket seats, both of the front lift. This one has the brake calipers painted and the two-tone seats, and obviously you have the 2LT package on both of those. But other than that, the two-tone seats for $395, I think that's a bang-out option to have. We have the orange seat belts. So for the same price as the orange seat belts, this one came with two-tone seats versus this one having orange seat belts. I think that's a much better use of money. Front license plate bracket, I wouldn't have ordered that, but the 19 and 20 painted aluminum wheels, $1,000. I probably would have not knocked that off of that order. And then this one cost money for the paint, whereas this one didn't. So that is your difference, so to speak, in the options. 71, yeah, so destination charge, yeah. Otherwise, they all line up. But there you have it. Which one is going? This one's going to go. This one's going to stay. And if you want to rent one, I mean, obviously, we're open. Our phone lines are open. Our website's open. So if that over there looks like fun to you, then you give us a call. And I'm telling you, the The C8s are a little bit more friendly than the C7. When I say that, obviously the C7 is a Z06, so it's got more of an aggressive approach to it. These cars can use a little bit of everything, right? And as I said, you got to remember, this is the base car. You can't have the expectation that this is going to bang everything out. It's a little high. It's got to be brought down a little bit. Suspension a little bit tighter. It's very soft. It handles bumps and everything very well. It needs a little bit more power, a little bit more downforce. And don't ask me how I know, but even in the first 500 miles, you can go well over 150 miles an hour, even not using the full rev range, because it'll limit you to about 4,500 or 5,000 RPM, but 5,000 RPM in like 6th gear, that'll get you going. So don't ask me how I know or which state that may have occurred in, but it would have been this car if that was the case. But as far as driving experience, I'm in love with these cars. I think they're terrific. When they come out with the performance variances, I think it's game over as far as continuing to deliver the value for your money. I don't read I'm not paying attention to other people's reviews. If anyone has a negative review on this car, I don't know what it is, because I mean, you really got to get pretty nitpicky. It's definitely a driver focused car. All the controls and everything focus the driver, but I think Chevrolet did a great job. I just spent $150,000 to prove it, and I think I did that at the exact worst time in my entire lifetime to do so. So we'll see what ends up happening. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned if you want to rent this thing. It's not on the Gotham Dream Cars website yet, but shoot an email, info@gothamdreamcars.com, rob@gothamdreamcars.com, or call up on the main line. We'll be happy to help you and at least take your reservation and get this thing reserved, because when this whole pandemic passes and it's back to business as usual, this car and then the convertible when it comes in are going to be tough to get. Rob Ferretti, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. So you guys are familiar with my other company, Adventure Drives, right? Well, this year we've got 2 trips coming up. One which is starting in Seattle and ending in Jackson Hole in July. That's going up through the Canadian Rockies, coming down through Banff, Yellowstone, Glacier National Park, and Grand Teton National Park. It's going to be phenomenal. Also, we're going to be going to Scotland in October. We're going to be doing Scotch distilleries, playing golf at St. Andrews if you want to do that, walking around, seeing lakes, waterfalls, driving the North Coast. It's going to be an amazing trip. Prices start as low as $2,500 per person for the shorter trip in Scotland, about double that for the longer trip in July. If you're interested in going, check out the link in the description.